hear ye, and welcome to the Royal Geek Podcast, Anime Edition, Episode 4. And we are talking about Pokemon. I'm joined today with my fellow anime weebs, I guess I would say. We got Trevor McGee on the mic. We also got my boy JD.
What's going on?
All right, so we did mention Pokemon Scarlet and Violet released 2 weeks ago?
Yes, something like that.
Yeah. 11/18.
11/18, all right? And so you can see we're all rocking our Pokemon shirts. We are grown men wearing Pokemon shirts, and I love it, every second of it, okay? We're going to we're going to do a game review of Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. We are going to also talk about our starters, our all-time 6 starters. And then we're going to go ahead and have a great discussion about that. But before we dive into all the Pokemon content, first off, how you fellas doing?
I'm doing pretty good, man. You know, I had a good Thanksgiving. You got, the master trainer himself here, so you know how it goes.
Yeah.
But what about you guys? How was Thanksgiving?
It was good. We always hang out at the house, so we don't ever do anything too crazy. So yeah, it was good. It was great.
Yeah. Mine was relaxed, chilled, much needed. Much needed some day off, I would say. I know JD and I were in the grind retail world for that. Everyone has to eat, right?
Oh, so, for sure.
But yeah, so good things, man. So I want to go ahead and we're gonna shout out our listeners and our viewers. And as you can tell, Anime Edition is now on YouTube. So everyone, shout out to you guys for watching. I wanted you to go ahead and click subscribe, like the video, and to keep getting your anime content, as well as the other Royal Geek content for the week to week. So
can we do the click the box below?
Go ahead. You do
click the box below.
It'll be there. It'll be there.
Maybe.
Yeah, we'll see. It depends how I feel like editing this video.
Yeah.
But anyway, and also follow us on social media at Royal Geek Pod on all the socials: Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, TikTok.
Y'all do be posting.
We do, yeah. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I have a great social media manager, so shout out. Anyway, so all that being said, we have a new segment that we're going to start, and so our boy Trevor here kind of took a little hiatus from anime for a little while, and so JD and I want to push him past his limits, and we're going to make some offers of animes to him, and he's just going to dive in and try to watch as much as he can in the between recordings. And so JD and I talked about Blue Lock and the last time, how we were hyped about it, and the episodes were great. And so homeboy Trevor over here, we had to push him to his limits. And Trevor, you get to watch Blue Lock at all?
I have. I'm right now. I'm dub only, so I'm in episode, I guess 7, 5, 6, 7, something in that range. Mm-hmm. By the way, shout out U.S. men's team today.
Yeah, victory. Yeah,
Iran.
Sure.
They beat Iran. That was awesome.
Yep.
So I would say I've super enjoyed it. First off, the animation is wonderful.
Wild.
The play with each character's ego and how they're it's really interesting. And I saw someone on social post about it and say that honestly, it's not. There's silly stuff in it as far as like things that are over the top, like the tag scene, like that. But the idea of these players being an institution and being pushed and pressed towards this goal of growing for the sake of the organization.
Yeah, best striker for Japan.
Well, it's very real, honestly, across all sports. Like, it's happening at every level of any kind of. I mean, you see it more and more. Soccer specifically, they have all the youth clubs, but it's happening more and more with the NFL, more and more with MLB, more and more with the NBA as well. So that's interesting. And then the episode that I just watched, which was all about the main character, his talent, his unique tool. Was his ability to smell a goal, and talked about spatial awareness, which, as I was telling you guys before we started recording, I'm a huge sports fan, and all of the best athletes, especially like I use Tom Brady as an example. I think he meshes with the main character as not being the most talented, the most gifted person on the field, but his ability to. He knows the playbook, obviously, but when the ball is snapped, he reads where people are, what's happening. This guy is moving at this rate of speed, so I can fit this ball in there. And that's kind of what the main character's skill set is. I've really enjoyed it. I would recommend it. Hard recommend.
Good, man. Good.
Especially if you're sliding into sports anime, this is my first real 2 foot down.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good.
Nice.
Well,
okay.
Good.
And I thought it was gonna be corny. And
It's
it's
so
been
cool,
it's
isn't
been
it?
it's
Yeah.
been so good, man.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. So yeah.
I will say the last episode. Obviously, there's major spoilers here, by the way. But if you're not caught up, well, I guess we'll talk about episode 7 since that was the last one you.
Yeah,
you
don't
saw.
spoil it for
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah.
I'm
sorry,
here.
sorry. Episode 7.
I'm on the Royal Geek podcast.
but
I'm royalty. You
Yes,
don't
you
wanna-
are.
yeah.
You are. But the fact that the spatial awareness and they were like about to lose, they needed to score this goal, right?
He went
And-
freaking nuts.
he went back. He was like, "I'm gonna score this goal. I'm gonna score this goal." But then the whole time, Chiguri he's watching him, and he's
Oh
like,
my
"That's what I
God.
used to be before my injury." And you get a little backstory about his
Fun-
his ACL.
Fun note for the listeners and maybe the watchers. I've had 2 ACL tears and repairs, one on
Really?
each knee. Yeah.
So you feel for this character.
I do.
right?
When
Yeah.
he was talking about that, I'm like, I understand.
you literally felt those chains on his knee, right?
Yeah, it's really bad, and it does mess with you, and very.
Yeah, but the animation of those chains
Woo.
breaking and his
Yeah.
mindset, and then
Fantastic.
as soon as they broke and his eyes just like lit up, and I was
good.
like, "Whoa!" And
So good.
And being able to see like in the flashbacks that speed was his power, and he was like zooming everywhere. And then I forget the main character's name, like Isagi or something like that. I think it was
Yes,
right.
you're right.
He is like trapped, pinned down, and then all of a sudden, like he does this like look with his eyes, like I smell a goal, and I got so hyped, man. I
It's
swear.
hype, dude. It's so hype.
It was
it's
insane.
so hype.
And then all of a sudden, like he just launched the ball, and the other team is like, he just kicked it away and cleared it because he was
They
weak.
were so mad
yeah,
too.
yeah. And then he's like, oh, and then all of a sudden, Chicory just comes out of nowhere. Oh my gosh, dude, it was so
So cool,
sick.
man.
And he just finishes, and just everyone was just.
Ecstatic, man.
yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
Also, I love the anime trope of the dude with the funky colored hair.
Oh, yeah.
Just turning the F up and like wrecking dudes. This
Yeah.
dude's got pink hair.
Yeah.
Looks straight up like a girl. And
Oh
is
yeah,
wrecking
I know.
dudes.
They made fun of him. They were talking about lazy lady or something like that,
Yeah.
or like sloth lady or something like
Something
that.
Because he was the one
silent
he,
lady there.
he
yeah.
took he took the defensive assignment to start with because he was like, I'm here, but like whatever.
He's just here to be here.
Yeah,
exactly.
It's really cool. I'm a big fan.
But
so I would
yes, if
I
you
would
are not watching
yeah.
Blue Lock, you need to be watching Blue Lock.
Please.
It's
Especially
good.
the World Cup going on. What better
Especially
time?
no, seriously. I literally fired up FIFA for the first time in months today.
Really?
Before
Nice.
I came over here,
Yeah.
I won my first game in my career mode.
First game.
with the
Nice.
with the Wolves.
Oh.
Wolverhampton.
Okay.
Wolf. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah. The Wanderers
The one
from the
Nice.
Premier League. So yeah.
All right, good man. So that was our segment of push past your limits. Yes, we will have other segments like this, and but another thing we like to talk about is recommendations. I think JD's been slacking on anime watching lately, haven't you?
I have a good one for you guys.
Oh,
So,
okay.
one that I know a lot of people have not watched, Darwin's Game.
Okay, I haven't started
Tell
that
me
yet,
more.
but
I
it
haven't
is
either.
on my list. I know that for a fact.
Is it really?
It is.
Sell it right now.
So basically, it's a guy. He's out in public. He gets bitten by a snake, and he gets sit into his phone. Basically, he gets a power where he can materialize any type of weapon, and everybody around him has powers. You have to go in, and you're killing and fighting people. It's pretty amazing.
Okay. That might maybe that's the next episode's push past your limits.
Maybe. I don't know.
Maybe.
I mean, I might have to push past my limits.
Right.
I'm currently watching 5 simulcast animes right now that are week to week, and so adding that one would definitely push me to my limits.
Right.
So, but yeah, there's a lot going on right now this season. I know I've mentioned a few of them already. I'm Chainsaw Man. I'm still on it. It has gotten pretty intense, and the visuals have been fantastic.
Pretty amazing.
Yeah, but
It's a cool story.
It is. It is. Trying to think if there's anything else that is something I haven't talked about yet. I'm just gonna stick with Chainsaw Man. I'm gonna stick with that for right now because just that has been awesome. And I was so down on episode 1. I really was.
You were like you were in the
yeah.
group chat.
Yeah,
like,
yeah. I was like
just-
underwhelming.
You crapped on it.
Yeah, but
The
then after
animation, everything.
yeah, and then after episode 2, 3, like. I mean, I am hooked on to the opening theme song, man. That thing is so sick.
Better
It's like-
than Fire Force. Yes or no?
No.
Maybe. I'm going to say
Ooh.
maybe.
So?
What is that instrument playing in the front of that song? And Kickback is the name of the song.
I don't know.
Is it like a weird rendition of the bass or something? I don't know.
Maybe.
I need to hear it. I could probably tell you.
Yeah, you probably could tell me. You're right. You probably could too, JD.
I'm sure.
But yeah. Anyway, so after this pod, we're gonna play the beginning so I can figure out what the heck that instrument is because it sounds so sick, man. It hits so hard. But yes. Any recommendations for you?
Yeah, I
Eric?
mean, my kids are currently binging Fairy Tale.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
We're out of left field. It's their favorite anime.
Really?
they've ever watched.
You know what? It might be time to find new kids.
Yeah, no, they're 15.
Listen.
They're 14 and 13.
What episode are they on? This is the
They're like
this-
40.
Okay, so Fairy Tale is good for like the first 100 episodes,
Okay, so it has
and then it
decline.
takes I think 100 episodes,
Okay.
and then it drops off hardcore.
You think so?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I don't know about that.
JD
What?
says no.
You don't think it drops? You think it just sucks all together?
For an anime where the power of friendship carries you through and nobody dies,
It's the worst
It's
one.
pretty crazy.
Listen, and you can
Now
also
there's
you
a
can,
fire in my
yeah. I was
belly.
gonna say you can only take that so many times
can only-
too. Yeah.
Man, I say that whenever I'm robbing the kids, they laugh every time.
Oh god.
but
Well,
I think
they are young kids. So
when you're a teenager,
Yeah.
like a young teenager, I don't think that stuff like hits. And we're gonna talk about that actually with Pokemon.
Oh, yeah,
stuff
yeah,
with
for
some of
sure.
the issues. But yeah, that and I mean I've been slow crawling through Fire Force.
For sure.
And I've really I'm starting to get into the meat of it, and it's really good. And then I'm getting towards the end of Hunter x Hunter, and man,
You're starting to feel it, right?
It's
It's a
really
journey,
good.
right?
It's really good. We're in the middle of the Zoldyck saga now with
Oh.
Aluka, and
Okay.
it's which for those of you who have stuck around through the draft, y'all know who my first pick was.
Yeah.
It was Killua. So like
Yep.
getting some
Yeah.
shine for him has been.
Trust me, JD
You're
remembers.
still salty.
He
He's still
remembers.
salty.
I promise you that.
It's been really really fun getting to see a dude who has made it actually to the top 3 of my favorite characters in anime, which I didn't see that coming when I first started the show. But yeah, he's top 3 for me. So
Good,
yeah.
man. That's good, man. That's what anime's here for. It's always changing, always moving. You keep unlocking new characters that you
Or
fall in
finding
love
old
with.
ones.
Yeah, or diving back in time and realizing that there is an anime that you have never seen before that's been out for years, and then boom, it's like one of your top 5. That's kind of like it wouldn't necessarily be my top 5, but when JD and I watched Your Lie in April, like that was like it crept up there as to like one of the better animes. that
Had
we've
you?
seen.
I didn't think a slice of life anime
Yeah,
like
yeah,
that
exactly.
would catch you.
Had you ugly crying, right?
I will neither confirm nor deny. But yeah, so yeah, that's the great thing about anime. It's such a fantastic platform to experience a whole different variety of emotions. So, all right, so I say we go into our game review and see how just everyone's experience is going. So we all have Pokemon Scarlet or Violet. I'm a Scarlet guy. Trevor has
I've got both.
Yep. JD, what do you got? Right?
Scarlet.
Yep. Okay. So, I was always more partial to the red version. I was partial to the silver version.
I like Koraidon more than Miraidon. For me, I like the legs. Let's
Yeah,
put that out there.
yeah.
Like, that's actually why I went for
And
it.
see, that's why I pick Pokemon games most of the times for the legendaries. Actually,
Yeah.
Like I don't know. He looks cool. And which is weird because everything I'm seeing, people are way more for Miraidon, which is the purple one.
crazy.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I will say his
Slander.
no, I will say Miraidon's his face and head look better than Koraidon.
You know why people pick him though? Because when you ride around him in the overworld, it's like you're riding a motorcycle. Like the wheels are actually spinning.
Yeah, yeah.
Versus Miraidon, who
But I think that speaks to the psyche of man. And I'm kidding. But like I think people like, do you like cool fancy toys or do you like animals?
right.
I'm an animal guy.
Me too.
I'm a cabin guy. I'm a mountain guy. Like if I'm gonna go somewhere, that's where I want to go. So a lizard with legs, I'm riding around on. That sounds fun. It's
pretty cool.
A bicycle lizard. I'm like, I got a bike at home. I
Yeah.
don't have a lizard at home. That's what I don't have.
That will change. No, it
Yeah,
won't.
it might.
Yeah. So I've been enjoying the game. I'm gonna say this right off the bat. Ready? I hated my starter that I picked, so I dropped him. Like,
Who was your starter?
I did Fuecoco.
Oh,
and
why didn't you like him?
I don't know.
He was the best final one to me.
Listen, no, I'll trade you Fuecoco if you want Fuecoco.
Oh, you want to get zesty? You want to get Quakewaffle?
No, I don't know. I do not.
Okay, 'cause I like Quakewaffle.
So anyway, I put him in my box. I kept him there, and I got a new fire type because I was just completely so disappointed in Fuecoco.
Was
His
he-
Crocolar was just weak.
Was he just getting like dunked on, or like what was
He
up?
fainted so many times, man.
Okay,
Like
okay.
it was insane.
That's
Really?
fair.
I mean, listen, I'm not a bad Pokemon trainer. You're gonna probably throw that in my face, all right? Like, oh yeah.
No,
But
I
no,
will.
like he was getting wrecked by just these random like bug types.
But
and I
you
was
know
just
what's
like,
crazy? You know why I picked Quaxley?
Tell me why, please.
So one thing about Quaxley is he can learn flying type moves, he can learn water type moves, and fighting type moves, and he's an attack based water type Pokemon. Like that's crazy.
That's 5 things.
Listen, I just like the fire types. That's why I went with him.
I get it.
But he does Ghost eventually and he evolves.
That's true.
And which is a very cool typing. But the reason why I did not go, I went Quaxley as well. That's knuckle up for Quaxley supremacy.
sure.
We're very zesty. We're the zesty boys.
I can tell. I can
Yeah, the
definitely
zesty
tell.
boys on the left side of the room, right side of your screen. So yeah, I went Quaxley. Water fighting was cool, but also there's just so many good fire types in the wild
That is true.
versus
That is 100% true.
versus it's really hard to find a good grass or water type that's elite.
I
Like,
100%
elite.
agree.
Like-
I've yet to run into a good water type yet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And my list that I have here on thesylphroad.com is
plug.
yeah, it's not mine. I don't know, but it's cool though. I don't have a water type on it. So
Whoa, okay.
yeah, no water type. So
Okay.
this is not to win.
So
This is my boys.
You're 100% accurate with water type in this game. It's so much so where with my water type that I ended up going with in my team is from Gen 1. That's
Who's your? Oh yeah,
Gyarados. Gyarados is my
Okay.
water type there.
Okay.
which is very good.
Yeah. Water dragon. You can't go wrong there, right?
Not at all.
Yeah, because I could not find any of these new gen or recent gen water types that I was like, oh, I gotta have this
Yeah.
one.
Yeah, that's the rough part about
Yeah.
it.
Like the
And-
dolphin's very cute. Like I've got 2 girls, so
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
I was like, oh, that thing's adorable.
Yeah.
But it didn't do it for me. Like
Correct.
I'm not trying to ride into battle on the back of this dolphin. Also, I think we should go ahead and just tell any of the viewers and listeners that we are going to mispronounce.
Oh,
There's been
yeah,
no
yeah.
anime pronunciations of like half the new gen names.
This
so
is
like,
true.
So I have no idea. Quackquavel, Quaquavel,
Quaquav.
Quavo?
Yeah, you're right. Oh, shout out.
Wow. Please do not pull up to the Sandy Mansion. We are so sorry.
Yeah. So yeah, I don't know what they're called half the time, and I'm big. And the reason why I say that is because I'm big on proper pronunciation.
Well, yeah. So we're
And I have no idea.
we're gonna get roasted, but it's okay
For sure.
But I think so
Not
far
worse than the games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's talk about that too. So like all over social media, like people are hating on these games. Like they're talking about defects and crashes and just overall bug issues.
I have a monologue,
Oh,
and then
please.
I'll stop. Yeah,
Please continue.
And then I'm gonna shut it down a little bit. So I said this in the very first episode about people needing to appreciate a little bit more of what is generated. I will say the games are subpar for a AAA studio for sure. They should not have those bugs. People shouldn't be falling through the world. Their eyes are some very funny things. Like one person's eyes bugged out of their head and stayed that way for their playthrough. It was very funny. It was just like these guys. But I also think there's some bad faith actors that are forcing the game to break because the 3 of us haven't had very many issues. My kids also, and this is on 5 different Switches. No one's had real issues. I'm on an OLED. My daughter's on a Lite. My son is on the Gen 1 Switch. No issues. I do hard reset my Switch to stop the memory leak, and I did move the save file to the internal hard drive, which is both are recommendations I saw to make it play better. But I've done that. There's no issues. There are frame rate dips. Like the windmill in the distance is like moving like 1 frame per
Yeah,
10
that's true.
seconds, which is weird, right? But also the game is freaking cool. And
is.
that's so there's like as like somebody looking at the games, objectively there are issues. Subjectively, as a fan of Pokemon, it's the best game they've probably ever made.
Agreed.
From a
Yeah,
gameplay,
you're right.
core gameplay, from what's in there, what you can do, what's happening, you can go anywhere, do anything. I got my teeth kicked in. I've also kicked teeth in. Like it's
The fact that there's no like level scaling is pretty great.
no, and people will complain about Chainsaw Man. They'll complain about anything, and I'm like, man, appreciate the fact that the game is good. Like, when's the last time a launch happened of a new game that went well? Find me that as well. Call of Duty, which I'm playing right now, was a nightmare. First 2 weeks,
Man.
a nightmare, and they have a larger, more online player base, so they have to make patches faster. Also, I would wager the game mechanics are simpler in Call of Duty.
I agree. Even Warzone,
It's not
it
great.
had so many
Yeah.
bugs when it first started.
And so, like, Assassin's Creed's falling apart. Like, all these things are falling apart. So when I'm looking at Pokemon, I'm like, yeah, be better. But also, it's a good game, and I'm happy I bought it. I have no regrets. I've enjoyed every moment of it. I'm 51 hours in. I'm number 1.
You
I
have more than
agree.
us. Yes, you're right.
Combined, probably, which I
What
was.
were you- did you check what you were? Oh yeah, you didn't bring your Switch today.
It's in my car.
Mine's here. I was ready.
I
for
am
this.
only 15 hours in right now.
So, yeah, I wanted
a
to make
little
sure I
bit
was in
of
pole
novice
position.
so far, but my top level is like 44. So
Really?
And you
that's
can
15
level quick. if
yeah, you can. You really
Yeah.
can.
Yeah, they do a good job of like giving you what you need, and so we'll talk more about gameplay. But what were your thoughts on the game? Because you're so I'm slow playing. I'm doing each one of the 3 mission trees kind of in unison. So I'll do a gym, then I'll do a Titan, then I'll do a Starbase, and I'm really like investigating the world. You're shiny hunting.
So I'm actually really slow playing the game. I've done 2 gyms, 1 Titan, and 2 bases. My biggest thing right now, I'm trying to shiny egg hunt.
That
So-
team is going to be sparkling.
Oh yeah, hatching eggs right now is a nightmare. I'm 200 Pokemon eggs in and still no shiny. Thanks, guys. You're so great. But the game is great for right now. As I can tell, I have no issues. I'm also currently working on my Gimme Ghoul coins because he is
999 for the listeners. If you want to evolve that Joker,
Is it really 999?
yes,
It is. He's gonna go on my team.
yeah. And there is a chest which gives you about 200ish
Oh, okay.
on every tower
Oh, okay.
for the
So it makes
listeners
it a little
also.
bit easier. Okay.
Yeah, if you didn't know, do you know what he looks like when he evolves?
I wish it was 200 coins, but it's not.
Okay,
Oh.
but do you know what he looks like when he evolves?
I do. Gimme Gold is literally one of my favorite ones. He looks like the Cinnamon Man.
He does. The cinnamon. He does. He does. I'm not gonna.
He's
going to
be one of your team members for sure.
Oh, for sure. He's Ghost and Steel. Like that's.
Oh, that's a good
a
combo.
pretty
That's
great
a really good
type.
combo.
That's a tough time. Steal anything is great.
Oh yeah, for
It's
sure. And,
such a good
and his
type.
base stat total is amazing. So
Yeah.
I'm really ready to rock him on the team. But overall, versus the minor glitches that I have with the frame rates and everything, I think it's a pretty great game. It's definitely top 3 Pokemon games. Sun and Moon was trash, so this one made up for
Strong
a lot
words.
of that.
Strong words.
But what about you, Sandy? What's
Yeah.
going on?
Okay. So I had an issue trying to find a really like go to grass type, and I reached out to you guys in the chat, and I was like, hey, somebody give me some recommendations on grass type. And Trevor came through in the clutch, and he recommended Skiddo, who will eventually evolve into Go-Goat. And dude, he has been elite right now.
Really?
Like, he is so good. If I put him as my main, and I'm like just running around, he most likely will fast battle and overtake almost everybody he comes across.
Is
He's
he
just a-
pure grass type?
He is pure grass.
Pure
and
grass.
Fun fact about Go-Goat that he was in black and white, if I'm not mistaken. I'm pulling that off the dome. It was his first. It was when he came in. He was never used again, and his stats are comparable to Arcanine, which is the legendary Pokemon in the Pokedex. It's a really good fire type. And so it's interesting to me that Go-Goat never got rid. And he's a freaking really cool design.
He looks
Yeah.
fantastic.
He's
too.
so cool. And Go-Goat is the one Pokemon that makes me really sad that I have to ride Koraidon because I want to ride
yeah,
Go-Goat.
That would be fun to
Yeah.
ride.
I want to ride Go-Goat.
He's pure grass. However, he can learn flying type like Aerial Ace.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, which I was like, explain this to me.
Pretty weird.
How does this happen?
Mine's got Synthesize, which heals. It's
Mm-hmm.
got one of the grass moves, Aerial Ace, and then a normal move. So he's pretty ready
Well
for
rounded, huh?
Yeah.
Okay.
But he's been great. So I got him and Gyarados as my water grass type combo, and because like for the listeners out there, because I did drop my Fuecoco Crocolore, I went with Charcadet and evolved him into Armorage, and
Really?
yeah, and so far I'm liking him. However, I did just come across a wild Pyroar, and he looks so
He
elite.
looks great,
Yeah,
yeah.
My
Pyroar's pretty
goodness, man, he looks elite. But I think I'm gonna stick with my Armorage. So
Very cool Pokemon.
Yeah.
And also, as we talked about earlier, cool Pokedex entry for him. And I'm a big. For me, the Pokedex entry will sell me or lose me on a Pokemon, which it's stupid. But I'm also about to be 35 years old playing Pokemon in my spare time, so I'm an idiot. So it's cool.
yeah.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, no, it's the way to go, man.
But I'm definitely enjoying the game. It is. I mean, I played Pokemon Legends like recently, and it was it was a great game. When I was playing that, I was like, this is revolutionizing where Pokemon's going. Like, this is the next evolution, the next step. And Scarlet and Violet have played into that. Like, you can see how like vast it really is. And so like for example, when I was in my like level 20s, like 25, I went on a mission to try to like go to every city just so I can fast travel there and that kind of thing, right?
Oh, that
and,
probably was.
and I stumbled upon like a level 55 whatever, and I just got smoked. I'm like, let me try to catch this bad boy. And every single one of my Pokemon fainted except for my oh shoot, what's his name again?
Fuecoco?
Houndstone?
No, yeah.
Houndstone.
Houndstone, very
Yeah,
cool.
so-
Very cool new Pokemon.
Yes,
Big fan.
Houndstone. Dude, do you guys know about his last respect move?
Yeah, oh, it's
Oh my
fantastic.
gosh. So if all 5 years are fainted in there and you go and throw Houndstone out there and you use last respect, his power of that move is 100 points times the fainted Pokemon. So it's a 500 move attack.
Yeah, he's pretty good.
It's insane. So anyway, so I did that, and I actually ended up killing him all the way, the 55 overall Pokemon, and yeah, it was.
He saved your team.
He saved me from fainting and having to go back to wherever I was.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoying this game, man. It has been a fantastic ride, and I'm playing it every chance I get. Whether it's either it's in the bathroom using the toilet, or it's
And you have younger
hanging,
kids,
yeah,
so it's tough. for
I'm
younger
trying.
kids.
Yeah, that's me taking the time, to
Get
escape.
away.
Yeah, or when they're like getting their screen time, I'm playing my screen time. So,
Right.
But yeah, overall, man, I'm enjoying the game for sure. So, would it be spoiling too much if you talked about your team in the game right now compared to our starters? Or
Not at all. But again, my team is kind of weak sauce right now because the shiny egg hunting situation. But as of right now, I'm running Quavel, which is honestly, I think a lot of people slept on him. He is pretty much one of the
good,
best.
man.
I think he's one of the best starters in this game. Honestly,
Yeah.
Wow.
he's so diverse.
maybe the next time I start up, I'll pick him.
He's my boy is zesty, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just interesting for Pokemon to be zesty, but he's great.
Oh, for sure. And he learns like the attack-based water moves. I can't even think of which one is called. It's like
It's Aquatic Dance, I think, or something like that.
yeah, it's something crazy, and it's an attack-based move. It's really
It does like 80.
yeah.
And I
it
have him
does.
too. Yeah, every time he uses it, his speed increases. So not only are you you're knocking out Pokemon. I battled my son earlier, and my son is about to be he is 13. So don't feel bad for him. He's my height. He's a full man. I won, but I was ramping that speed up on him. He's not. Again, what's fun when your kids become teenagers, they don't understand game sense. So they're not thinking through. They're like, I'm just gonna hit the attack button. I'm
Right.
like, no, sir. I'm about to use status moves on you. I'm putting you to sleep. I'm doing weird stuff, and you're wondering why you lost.
For sure.
Been doing this for too long. But anyways, Quaquavel's great.
Oh yeah. My next Pokemon is Gimmighoul. So a lot of people don't realize Gimmighoul has I can't think about what it is, but when he gets attacked, his speed raises. So it makes
That's
it to
good.
where he
I
can
love those guys.
go first in any situation. He can tank a lot of hits too. So Gimmighoul is a great addition. I picked the crazy boy himself, Larvitar. Larvitar is going to evolve into Tyranitar. He's going
Godzilla.
to be a monster.
It's literally
Yes.
Godzilla in the game.
He's literally going to be a monster.
Good grab.
I picked one of the best psychic types that can ever exist, and it's Ross. It's going to evolve
Ross,
into
yeah.
Gardevoir, and it's going to shred every single thing.
Gardevoir is
around
night
it.
time. It's Psychic Fairy too, I think, and that fairy is important for Dragon, and it's
So my fifth Pokemon is going to be Excalibur. I have yet to get to that area, but
okay.
once I do, he is going to be a force to be reckoned
So that's
with.
that's the Dragon Ice, which is I don't know that's been done before.
It's the first time, actually.
Yeah, and so very interesting typing, and he looks cool. He's basically Tyranitar with swords out of his back, or like an axe out of his back.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yes, he's going to be amazing. And I have yet to pick my last member, but that's to be determined.
Okay, good.
Okay. So for me, we talked about this. You are, and I was this way. I would start with my team. I'd like to catch Pokemon early and then have those for
Yes.
the whole journey.
Okay.
That's how I feel too.
It's very anime-esque. Like I enjoyed doing that. Like from the Pokemon anime, like Ash he's running up on, and
Tauros.
with Tauros and Butterfree. Like,
Right, yeah.
just getting stomped by Gary. It's like, well, that's what happens when you run a Butterfree to the tournament. And so but because of the way the leveling works, my team is huge. Like it literally it's encompassed like 15 that I've used enough, probably for the whole game so far. And so like when I go, I like a challenge. So if I go to a gym and I'm over leveled, I'll swap out my whole team, and I'll pull Pokemon that I like that I don't normally use, that are in that level range, so that I can have a little bit of a struggle in a fight. Maybe I'll keep one that's over leveled so I don't lose. You know what I'm saying? Like just here's a level 40 for you at the end. But my team has been Houndoom. Fun note: Houndoom first popped up in Gold and Silver. I was still a kid. There was games after Red and Blue. And I thought it was cool as a kid. I was like, it's a devil dog.
Yeah.
Like new dog Pokemon. What's up? And so I've got him. I've been training his EVs, so he's actually a lot stouter than he's supposed to be. EVs are effort values for those of you who aren't. So there's stats, and then there's the way the stats grow and how fast they grow. So he's like a legendary-esque strength compared to his level.
Okay.
Got Lycanroc. Just kind of happened. He kept eating. Like he was on my team at one point. He just kept eating. I'm like, well, I'm not going to take him out. Like if he's
Right.
like,
He's
and
doing
then
his thing, right?
yeah, Pawniard,
Yeah.
same thing. Pawniard's like level 50. He hasn't evolved yet because he evolved at 52, I think. And he just keeps eating. And I'm like, I'm not going to bench this dude that never loses.
Okay. All right.
Scyther, who's there only for Fault Swipe. Fault Swipe leaves any Pokemon with 1.
Yes.
And
It's
so
clutch.
he's there to catch my Pokemon. Quakewevil's there, Go-Goat's there, Houndstone is there. That's what I'm talking about. This is where it gets it gets wider out there. I'm trying to think if I'm missing anybody. Yeah, I don't know. But the Houndoom, Lycanroc, Dragonair. I'm gonna get a Dragonite. I haven't actually finished a game with a Dragonite before, so I'm gonna actually do that.
Okay. All right.
Really fun workaround for that, by the way. I wasn't a high enough level to get Dratini at the point that I got it. So I caught the Dratini, because you can't use it if it's over a certain level, and you caught it in the wild.
Right.
Right. Gym badges.
So
Yep.
I caught it, then I got an egg for it. I hatched it at level 1, then I had a level 1 Dratini that I could use, and then I used it the rest of the way.
Nice.
Yeah, I'm acting like I'm Albert Einstein over here. But I was like, I broke the code, you know.
You got it. You
Yeah,
got it.
so yeah, it's been good. It's
Okay.
been good. Love
Yeah.
rotating. Rotating, first time I've done it, huge fan. Rotating.
Yeah, I'm still not a fan of rotating. I stick to my early catches. That's what I stick to. So,
Can't
for
go wrong
example,
with that.
I did an early catch of Magikarp. So, therefore, I have a Gyarados. That's my water type. I mentioned that earlier. I came across the Skiddo early on. I got the reference right here, by the way. Anyway, I came across the Skiddo, involved in the Go-Go. Fantastic. I was talking about how elite he was. I did Riolu, and then I evolved him into
okay.
Love
Yep.
Lucario.
I've
Yeah,
yet to find
Lucario.
one of those.
Dude, you really? Okay, he's early on. Like you could see him. What region was it? Dang, man.
It's region 3 in the south.
Yeah,
He,
it's,
Okay.
yeah. He's there.
If you go up into the mountains on to the left a little bit, still in the south, he's running around there like level 20, level
Yep.
18.
Okay.
So yeah, he's so clutch, man. And then Armarouge, I already mentioned that. The Charcadet, I already got him, and I got the armor pieces.
Have you? Oh yeah. Have you guys done the Terra raids much? What are your thoughts on the Terra raids? That's the big gimmick, right? That's the new thing.
I mean, I'm doing them. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I'm enjoy them.
Okay.
I mean, they're similar to if you play Legends. If you played Legends, it's similar in there. Their raids in there. But yeah, I'm thoroughly enjoy them. They're fantastic.
I think it's great. They took the aspect from Sword and Shield. Actually, Sword and Shield had the
yeah.
raids like that where they were doing
The
the same
Dynamax.
thing.
Mhm.
Yes. So I think it's pretty cool. Terrestrializing, I think it's an interesting gimmick. So you
Yeah,
know.
yeah. It looks cool on
It does-
screen.
Oh, for
it
sure.
actually does.
Yeah.
The catching animation and when you're in the den looks really good.
Yes.
Oh yeah. When it first happened, I was like, I was shook. I was like, holy crap, man, this looks fantastic.
Yeah, and I think that's you. If you play the game long enough, you can see where Game Freak spent their time
Yeah.
versus where they didn't spend their
Right,
time. And
exactly.
you know what? Like it looks great. So cool, good job, guys.
Yeah.
Like the thing is, if you're gonna crap on someone for what they do wrong, say what they did right too, and that's
Right.
that's a good
Yeah.
thing. I do like. And I told you this. You can terrestrializing changes the type of your Pokemon. So if you have a fire type Charmander and it has a water Terra type, you can terrestrialize it, and then you have a water type Charmander, which can be interesting because then you gain the it's called Stab, same type attack bonus.
Yep.
With if you have a water attack for your Charmander. Problem is it's hard to teach Charmander water attacks. So what I've been doing is getting types that I can change. In this case, a Charmander 2 that are going to be not very effective to what would be normally super effective. So if you're
Ah,
if you're a water type, if I'm throwing my Charmander against a water type Pokemon that would be super effective, I can terrestrialize it to become grass, and now it's not very effective.
And now yeah.
And so I'm still doing regular damage, but now it's doing not very effective damage. So I've been using it more defensively than offensively.
That's a smart way to go about it too, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. And then I also have I did the Houndstone. I got Houndstone now, but I evolved them from what was it? A Graveyear? Graveyear. Yeah.
We have no idea.
Yeah, exactly.
Ash Ketchum,
Yeah.
tell us, please.
Yeah, please. Yeah,
Next
please.
season, let
Yeah.
us know
But if he's there.
if he's
But
there.
anyway,
Right.
and then my final one, who has been like since he was first introduced in Pokemon, he has been sneaky like one of my favorites because it's the long play because you got to evolve him to make him bad A, right? But Toxel. And then you
Oh,
evolve him
okay,
into
yeah.
Toxtricity, dude. He is so sick. The electric poison type is
Toxicity is literally
Yeah.
the coolest design Pokemon I've seen.
yeah, and
It's interesting.
I currently have the laid back one, but I really love the amp version. The amp version is so sick, and but laid back is still pretty cool too.
Shout out to Team Yell, guys. Team Yell did it first.
They did do it first.
They did, yes. But yes, that's my team, and it's pretty sick. So, anyway, so anything else about the game before we move on to our top 6 of all time?
Speaking of teams,
Oh yeah,
let's
yeah.
talk about our top 6.
There we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Segue.
All right. So here's essentially everything that we decided to do. Okay, we're picking our top 6 of all time. We can go from Generation 1 all the way through Generation 9, and you can only have a maximum of 1 legendary / mythical or anything elite like that. Okay.
Yep.
So all that being said, do you guys want to do like one at a time or one?
Let's
fine.
do it. Can we start with the starters?
I mean, yeah.
I don't actually-
if you
So,
have it,
I was gonna say, I don't have a starter.
Really?
I don't. I said boo. Boo.
That's different.
I mean, I have a starter in mind. So.
Me too.
Okay.
So, I mean, I guess
Well,
we can go one at a time.
yeah.
That's fine. You want to start with you, Sandy?
Yeah.
It's
we'll
your
go
house.
ahead.
It's your house.
It's my house. Okay.
Fun
so-
fact too, he's using my normal headphones, which are raggedy.
Player
So
two.
he's player 2 headphones today because the cord wouldn't reach.
A
A gentleman.
It's okay.
A humble,
it's okay.
A humble
I'm rocking
gentleman.
player 2. That's right.
Yeah.
And yes. Anyway.
In his own house.
All right. So I feel like basic when I'm about to say this, like, and it is what it is. You can roast me all you want.
Gen 1.
Gen 1, my boy Charizard, Charmander, Charmeleon.
Nobody's gonna roast you for that. Like it's basic.
It's basic.
The,
it is
It is
basic,
the pumpkin
but
spice latte of
he-
Pokemon.
It is. It is the pumpkin spice
But it's-
latte.
it's
It
that
is
way
the
for a
Ugg boots
reason.
of,
Yeah.
of Pokemon. Yes. But as you can see, I got my boy out here in front, Charizard. I don't know. He was so cool in the anime. He was so cool in Pokemon Red. Like it was fantastic.
He was the dude in Pokemon
Yes,
Red.
dude,
He
yes.
was, or blue,
For
or
sure.
yellow. Like he was the dude.
Yes. But yeah, that's my guy, and
Okay.
that's who I went with as far as like the quote unquote starter.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay. You don't have a starter.
you
What
don't
do
have
we
a
got,
starter,
Trevor?
but
I was
you
gonna
can
say,
hit us
well,
up with
I have.
whoever,
So I'm looking
though.
at my list. I've got 2 legendaries. So I'll go. I'll come back to that. I'm gonna throw out which will probably be the most random from all of us because it's really not a highly thought of Pokemon, but Glaceon.
Oh, really?
Glaceon.
Eyesight.
Okay.
Eyesight.
Wow.
So let me tell you why. So I
Interesting.
in between kind of like the Sword and Shield and now and everything else, maybe even before Sword and Shield, my daughter, she's my oldest, we went to Disney together when she turned 13, just me and her, father-daughter trip. It was cool to go see, actually wasn't Disney, it was Universal, to go see Harry Potter World. Anyways, I had started playing Pokemon Go when it first dropped.
That's
she
a
started
huge
playing
difference,
it.
by the way.
It is a huge difference. Also a huge difference in customer service. Disney. Oh,
Okay.
You guys are doing it great. So,
Sorry.
anyways, so I started playing Pokemon Go again, got back into it. Anyways, in Pokemon Go, the Pokemon are measured in stars. So it's 0, 1, 2, 3. And then there's like 4-star perfect, which are very rare. I caught a shiny perfect Eevee that is now a shiny perfect Glaceon. So and I can put it in
Nice.
Pokemon Home. It can be in Scarlet, the drop of a hat if I need it.
Yeah. That's great. That's
That's
But
fantastic.
it's
amazing,
Yeah.
a shiny perfect Ivy
Okay.
Glaceon, and so that's been near and dear to my heart ever since. And it actually it's a solid ice type. There's not a lot of great ice types, It's not the best ice type, but it's
But I
solid.
say I don't mess with ice type, man.
It actually-
That's cool.
It's pretty good. It has high special attack and special defense, so it's pretty solid.
And I do. I'm a big fan. And also, so for the record, my team is the team that I'm trying to hang with.
Okay.
So like,
Okay.
this is I want to battle with him, but I also want to hang. I want to chill with him. So
Right.
like,
Makes sense.
yes, like Rayquaza is
Dang,
not
dude.
here. Rayquaza is not here because he's terrifying.
Dang, dude, I've actually never been like an Eevee guy. I've never
Really?
been like a
My daughter's
evolving
favorite.
into,
My daughter's favorite Pokemon.
Well, I
man.
mean, that makes sense. It makes sense. I do feel like it's more catered to the female aspect of this.
You know, honestly, the Glaceon and what's the grass? Leafeon had probably the coolest evolution at the time. You had to go up to a moss rock or
It was super
a
cool, yeah.
ice rock to evolve them. That's amazing. Like that was so different for them to do that. So I think that was a pretty big step for them with what they wanted to do.
Yeah, but I mean, it looks really cool. I'll tell you that.
for
yeah.
sure. So I guess I'm next.
Yeah, go
So
for it, man.
I chose for my starter the fire chicken himself, Blaziken. So another fire type.
Okay.
Fire fighting type.
Blaziken.
I remember seeing May have one in the anime, and it was probably one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Literally.
What about the scene in the anime where he's seeing them eat the Torchic cookies?
Oh, yeah.
He's like devastated. It's very
He's
funny.
so sad. Yeah.
Yeah.
She had the most moody Torchic I've ever met in my life. But yeah, Blaziken, top tier. Literally top tier.
That's a good one though. I did like Torchic. Torchic was fun to play with.
For sure.
Of course, yeah, I did pick him because of fire. I lean towards fire. That's just what it is, man. But good, man. Okay, so I will go ahead and go next. All right, so this next one, he came out and he made his debut in Gen 5. I believe was that Black? I believe. I don't know.
I think so.
Yeah. Okay. Anyway, so it is a Zoroark.
Oh,
My daughter, where's my
okay.
daughter? Somebody
Yeah.
call my daughter. That's her. That's
Yes.
one of her. That's top 5 for her.
So fantastic. A fantastic
Hisuian
Pokemon.
Zoroark, by the way,
Yes.
is sick.
Oh, I know. Oh my gosh, dude, that region Zoroark, it looks fantastic with like the white with the pinkish red.
Yeah.
it's
but-
really scary.
You
But-
picked the imposter mon himself.
yeah.
But I like the original form as well. The dark brown with
Yeah.
the purplish red highlights, I guess you'd say.
I think it was Sun and Moon that it came out with.
Was
at
it Sun
first.
and
I'm
Moon?
gonna look it
I
up.
think it was before that, and all the reason I say that is
I know it was
because
Gen 5.
I actually remember seeing him in one of the movies, and I do not think it was Sun and Moon because remember Sun and Moon changed animation styles. Zora
It was black and white.
Yes.
Okay.
Good job, Sandy.
Gosh.
Big pull.
I thought I would do no research, but I guess not. I
You
don't
did
know.
pretty good, but yeah, Zora was. Oh my god, that movie is what got me into loving Zora as a Pokemon.
Oh yeah. And
I'm looking at it right now and it just looks so
looks
cool.
visually like stunning. It really does.
Yep.
So,
Such a good Pokemon.
but yes, that he is on my top 6 for sure.
Okay.
He, she, it doesn't matter. I
Yeah.
guess it's interchangeable. So with all these Pokemon.
All right, so my turn.
Yes.
Mine's gonna be real quick. I talked about him earlier. Houndoom. Fell in love with him as a kid. I have for my birthday. My kids got me a Houndoom card that's shiny. A shiny Houndoom card.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's on my desk at home.
Okay. You got it framed up on there?
I do. I do actually. It's like Fire Dark is cool. He's gotten a theme for a couple of mine. They've gotten a little nerfed over the years, but when he first came out, he was a dude because Dark was a brand new type, and he was one of the only versatile Dark types with being Fire as well. It's very cool. They also, again, Pokedex entry is cool. They're pack hunters. And they actually have a very important part to play narratively in Scarlet and Violet.
Yes.
For
When
sure.
it opens
Oh, yeah.
up, which
Yeah.
makes them look kind of cool because they're ready to throw down.
When
on
you
a-
see
on a
Houndoom on
legendary.
the top perch, just like looking down, like it was so sick.
It's very
in the beginning.
imposing. Yeah, it's very
Mhm.
imposing. It would be. I would not want to see that in an
To
alley.
intimidate the legendary himself.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Crazy.
I mean, you can't get
Well,
any crazier
but
than that.
he did have the boys though. Like he
Yeah,
had the
that's
goon
that.
squad. Like,
Yeah.
he had the goon squad. Like he was like, let's go.
The
Yeah.
Squirtle squad of the Hound.
Oh,
Yeah.
gosh, yeah.
All right, so that's my second one. Go ahead.
You know, I'm going to go with my pseudo. So we're going to go with the Metagross. Metagross has literally been one of my favorite Pokemon
Interesting.
since I can imagine. It's not number one, but it's for sure up there. Steven had the shiny Metagross, and
So cool.
he was.
He did get dunked on,
he
though,
Did.
in
He
most
got
recent.
dominated, but
Yeah.
And the
to-
most recent.
to see a shiny Metagross on screen like that,
Very cool.
It literally blew my mind. Metagross is literally top tier.
Probably the smartest Pokemon. If the Dex entry, it talks about like it's because the Bedlams or Beldums all form into him or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's got like I want to say it's like 4 microcomputers. It's something. I'll look it up and circle back. But yeah, he's cool.
I think one of the biggest things that drew me to Metagross, it's a psychic steel type. Like, you can't beat that. We talked about it earlier. Steel types are, far and few in between. So when you have something that's a steel type with another typing like that, it's amazing. Also, for any of you that can remember, there was an anime episode where they had Metagrosses stacked on each other to build like a Gundam-like Pokemon.
Oh, yeah. I do remember
It
that one.
was literally hilarious.
If you watch The Office, it's Megadesk. So his thing, it says, this is from Ruby when he first dropped out. Metagross has 4 brains in total. Ooh. Combined, the 4 brains can breeze through difficult calculations faster than a supercomputer.
That's crazy.
That was from Ruby. Sapphire is actually, when hunting, this Pokemon pins its prey to the ground in its massive body. It then eats the helpless victim using the large mouth on its stomach, which is brutal.
That sounds
really dark. Really awesome, actually.
Very cool Pokemon.
Cool, man.
Very cool. And he mega evolves into a monstrosity.
Man.
That's a good shout.
It's a good
shout.
Like
for me, I've never been into like rock steel types, so you won't see that on any of my entries. But
really?
I can respect that pick though. That's a good one. So, all right. So my next pick, I went ahead and went with Dragonite.
Okay.
I was one of those guys in the red where I did finish the game with a Dragonite.
Respect.
Respect.
And
it was your Dragonite versus Lance's 4 that he had. Like, my man, good grief.
Yeah, it was intense. But yeah, I don't know. I like the visuals.
It's cool, man.
Yeah.
He's like
cool.
a happy dragon that craps on you.
Right. Correct. Yes. Exactly.
Like,
and then plus adding it to the Pokemon movie, it was large role in that too. It was fantastic.
Fun fact: Dragonite is the delivery Pokemon. For all of you that don't know, they use Dragonites as delivery Pokemon.
They're the fastest flying.
Yeah.
And they can't beat. No one's gonna stop.
Which
them.
is crazy because they have the smallest wings. Like it's
It's nuts.
magic.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Also, fun fact: Lance's Dragonite, one of his Dragonites, if I'm not mistaken, in one of the original games, either red or yellow, was too low of a level to be a Dragonite. Like, he was a lower level than he should have evolved into.
Oh.
There's a very fun article somewhere out there on the internet that talks about how Lance should be sanctioned as like an illegal trainer for all of. He has crimes against the Poke World in one of the movies, and he has a illegal like entry Pokemon into the Elite Four.
Oh man, free my man Lance.
Yeah, Lance is a bum. Lance is a bum. Boo.
Nice. That's funny, dude.
Okay.
So is it my turn now?
It is. Yeah.
Okay, so I'll go with my dragon type is I'm going Haxorus.
Okay.
Yeah, the last couple of generations, I've really fell in love with Haxorus, including Pokemon Go. His attack is just, I want to say it's one of the highest in the whole game. His physical attack is ridiculous.
Shout out to Iris.
Yeah, and if you can pull it in the game and you can like Swords Dance into Outrage, it's one shots. Doesn't matter. He's incredibly tough, incredibly cool. Got the knives on the side of his face.
I do think they look visually
It's a pretty
stunning.
cool Pokemon.
Yeah. His shiny, by the way, might be it's like so. We all know there are two types of there's shinies that are stupid.
Yes.
And then there are shinies that are incredible. Rayquaza shiny is incredible. Haxorus shiny is incredible. Dragonite's is terrible. And I love Dragonite, but it's green. I'm like, ugh. Espeon's is awful. Umbreon, fantastic.
Oh, 100%.
Flareon, useless. So anyways, Haxorus is mine. I really like it. Again, it's got a good dex entry. It's one of those loyal Pokemon, which I'm thinking about. I'm going adventuring. I want these animals to have my back.
You want to ride or die. Yeah, makes sense.
When Mewtwo rolls up, I want you to attack it for me. We'll see what happens.
Right.
Like, don't leave me hanging.
So one of the Pokemon that I'm going to go with is one that I kind of meshed well with during Season 2 of Pokemon. Ash had one, and I couldn't stray away from it. It's a pretty cool typing, too. We're going to go with Heracross. Heracross is
very cool.
Bug fighting. It has a really high attack stat, and surprisingly, I like its Mega Evolution. Heracross has just been a big part of me since Ash caught one, and, the whole sap thing where he had to go and help the rest of the Heracrosses at the tree against what was the Beedrill?
Beedrills,
So
yep.
it was. That's one Pokemon that I think I could never ever get rid of. Heracross is top tier. Bug fighting is such a unique typing too. So it's crazy.
Fun fact for Heracross, if I'm not mistaken, I'm reading this right. He has a 66% win percentage in the anime.
He does. He has actually
Oh.
the highest out of all of Ash's Pokemon.
Dude,
No, it's not
reps,
true.
man.
He's not the
Really?
highest. No, the highest. Greninja's up there. Gudra's up there. Pikachu's up there on the 80s. I need to go look at.
Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Really?
I'm trying. I need to find some more. 'Cause I've seen it. It's been
Which, if
floating around
Pikachu's up
Instagram
there,
a
that's
lot.
pretty impressive because he's been in so many battles.
And he's lost a lot too.
He has
Yeah,
lost
that's
a
what
lot.
I'm saying. That's
yeah.
how high you have to be.
I can't wait till we get the new season and he loses to a level 1
There's gonna be
Lechonk.
no new season.
Level 1 Lechonk.
Oh yeah. So, anyways,
funny, dude.
but yeah, like Heracross is so cool.
Yeah,
And
he's such a dope
again,
Pokemon.
Gold and Silver, he was one of the new entries, and I was
Yeah.
like, like he was the answer to Pinsir when I was a kid, and so like the fighting type, like so cool, and the anime also makes him just very neat. Love
Dope
that.
Pokemon.
Yeah.
Yeah, dope Pokemon.
Yeah, I remember the season 2 entry of him coming on the scene. It was pretty cool to see.
For sure.
Good. Yeah, I'm glad that you brought that up. It brought back some fond memories of mine. But
Okay.
all right, so mine. This one may be surprising. Okay, this is my grass type. Okay, and
Grass type.
I didn't think I was going to like this Pokemon when I first caught it, but then
Oh,
when
boy.
it evolved, I fully enjoyed the attack set that they produced, and the evolved form, the final form that I'm picking for my team is Roserade.
Roserade.
I like it.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay,
So-
that's
like
different.
Yeah, I know, man. Look, Rosalina was, a cute Pokemon, right? And Roserade looks kind of silly. It can be kind of like, that's a dorky looking Pokemon, but powerful, it's sneaky. Like it is really, really good to use, and I thoroughly enjoy it. It can do all the stun attacks like sleep powder and stun and stun spore and all that kind of stuff. But it also has like a really strong, I think it's like a sunbeam, I believe is what it
Yeah.
is, and it just wrecks people.
Yeah, no, Roserade is top tier.
Cynthia's Roserade was crazy. By
Really?
the way, yeah, in the most
In the
recent
most recent
in the
tournament,
Master
yeah.
Journey,
Mhm.
yes, she was given the business to Ash for a hot minute.
I actually lost to one in Legends Arceus. What's the gimmick they have with the Rage Pokemon or
yeah,
Yeah,
the alphas.
yeah,
Yeah,
the
Alphas.
Alphas?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I lost to a Alpha Roserade. It was like destroying me. It was crazy.
Yeah.
It's tough, man. I'm pulling up the. I'm still looking for Ash's win types.
Oh,
He's
he's still on it.
the win
He's
percentage.
still on it.
Yeah, I've got ADD, man. I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
But
There's
they-
one Pokemon that has like a 90% on his team or something because it never
It's
got
Gudra.
it never got used, but when it did get used, it won. It had like 3 or 4 battles or something like that.
Nice.
I don't remember which one it was, but I don't know.
So that was yours?
Yes,
Sandy?
Roserade.
All right.
Yep.
So my next one is going to be. I'm going to go my legendary mythical, and it is the OG Mew.
Oh.
So
Okay.
I think I said this. I'm not sure if we're recording when I said it, but there's no shame in my game about being like, that's a cute Pokemon. and Mew is cute as all get out, dude. I can't handle how adorable that Pokemon is. And also it can learn from a
single
game
move.
from a
Yeah.
game sense.
Any
It can learn
move.
every move in the entire any move ever done. It can learn it. So
Yep.
you can very interesting strategies with Mew. I actually am running it and it got benched for Scarlet, but a Brilliant Diamond replay through. I'm running. You get a Mew in I want to say the second town, and I'm running the whole.
I didn't realize that.
I'm gonna have an overcharged Mew and see what Cynthia has to say about that.
Fun fact: they tried to recreate Mewtwo using Mew.
Mm-hmm. And also, fun fact: my first time in Brilliant Diamond when I beat Cynthia, I'm not kidding. It was about a 3-hour battle.
Really?
Revives were used liberally. Like we were just like
Jeez.
in a big circle
That
of just because she heals in that
Yes.
game for real.
Cynthia is probably one of the worst people
Oh
to
my
battle against.
God.
Actually, I take that back. I think the worst battle that I've ever had was against. I I can't think of her name. The normal type gym leader with the meal tank.
Oh god, that Miltank
Oh my
rollout.
God.
Rollout.
I'm
here.
still having nightmares.
Rollout. Oh my god.
terrible.
When rollout gets going, man, and it's Whitney.
Yes.
Her name is Whitney.
Oh my god.
Because I was traumatized by that
Jesus.
as well. Yeah. So ugly. Just
Jeez, man. I always make sure that I grind so hardcore before I go to a gym fight that
Yeah,
I
but with
You
her,
couldn't for that
with
one.
her, you
You-
couldn't.
yeah.
Like, you could grind, but like
you were level
that's-
15.
Oh man, and it's crazy because rollout, you're stuck in that. But I think the move gets more powerful and more powerful every time it's used. It's crazy.
Yeah, that's
that
true.
was
Good point.
literally. And then she goes in and uses like milk drink or something and heals it. Like
Yep.
that was
Yeah.
the worst
The
battle
Moo Milk, man.
I could have ever had in my life.
Yeah, good point, man. Jeez, holy
Man,
crap.
I think the next Pokemon that I have though, it's one the fans will like. We're gonna go with Gengar. So
Gengar.
at the moment, Ash is currently using the Gengar on his team, and he just taught it Will-O-Wisp, and the way that
Nasty
he learned it
move.
was so cool. It was so cool. He had all his fire types trying to help teach Gengar a new move, and it came out with Will-O-Wisp. Fun fact. So
You
Ash,
got all the fun facts today. Let's
you
go.
right. I'm trying to compete with you, man.
More fun facts.
So, this isn't actually the first time that Ash has had a ghost type like that. Against Sabrina, he specifically went to the Haunted Mansion.
That's
and
such a good
caught him
episode. He
a
dies. By
haunter.
the way, he dies.
Yeah.
For real, he dies.
Who?
Under the chandelier. The
Oh.
chandelier hits him and he dies. And Haunter pulls a soul.
Oh,
and
that's
Pikachu's-
right.
yeah.
That's
Him
right.
and Pikachu both die, and then he puts their soul back.
Yeah.
Fun. Just a little fun thing. Little fun fact.
So he
For the
had
boys.
to basically take a hunter to get his friends that were turned into dolls by Sabrina. So he had to use that Pokemon to help rescue him. And of course, Hunter was scared, so he ran away, and then he came back and helped him. But other than
Bum.
that,
Yeah, Haunter. Bum.
Gengar is top tier, man. Even though he's a glass cannon, he hits like a truck when he does land. And that was actually one of the first Pokemon with a dual typing in that generation like that, if I'm not mistaken. He was Ghost Poison, so it was pretty different.
So he was Ghost originally, and then they made him Ghost Poison, which actually nerfed him a little bit, if I'm not mistaken, because now something is now, if I'm not mistaken, super effective against him that wasn't before.
Yes.
I
this
think it
is
makes
very
Psychic.
true.
Psychic is now effective against him.
Very
It
true.
didn't used to be.
Yes.
So that's unfortunate because I'm a Gengar guy.
Yes.
Gengar's clutch, man. I will say that. All right, so I believe we're on 5 now, right?
Oh,
I
yeah,
think,
we're yeah.
Right. Okay. So my fifth one is another Gen 1. So obviously
Okay.
I spent a lot of time in Gen 1, but trust me, I've played every single Pokemon game since then. It's just something about these Pokemon that just resonate more with me. But the Goro wannabe himself, Machamp.
Very cool.
Homeboy is OP, man. Like this guy, he looks stunning. Like with the forearms, I do like him. Fighting type is really good, man. Machamp, I'm a fan of Machamp. So he's my 5th member.
They had a epic fight battle, a fan animation with him versus Goro, actually.
I need to look that up. I need to
which
watch
is
that.
Crazy. You got 2 forearm people going against each other.
Yeah. That would be awesome. And
it was
like,
actually really cool, and the outcome was not what I expected, but I think it was what I needed.
yeah, and I think the evolution is pretty good tier too, because like you got Machop, he's kind of cute but like kind of weird looking at the same
He's
time.
buff.
And he's buff and little, right?
Yeah.
And then Machoke, where he's like kind of like a bodybuilder, like kind of flexing on you a little bit, just 2 arms, only
Yeah.
2 arms, right? And like, how can I make this like even greater, right? You evolve him into this big freaking stature, 4 arms, like beef, dude. This dude is like thick.
I think it's hilarious because the people again will be like, "Oh, this is like Vanilla Ice from Sword and Shield." They're like, "Oh, this is so
okay.
unoriginal." But I'm like, they literally took Machoke and gave him 2 extra arms.
Yeah.
Like, and I love that. I freaking love the fact. Like, part of what makes Pokemon fun is some of the absurdity in it, and just this is dumb.
Fun
Like,
fact, they took Ben 10's character from...
did they really?
I don't think so.
Oh, okay.
I was like, wait
I
a
was
minute,
ready.
hold on.
I was ready.
I was
Well,
like, hey, this can't be true.
So like I love the Pokemon that are complete like Vanilla Ice or Garbodor, the trash bag. It's stupid. Like it makes no
Yeah.
sense. Like, what can we do? Let's give a sentient trash bag. Like I'm like,
Or was it the Sandy Gust or whatever?
Yeah,
it is?
Sandy Gust, yeah.
Sandy Gas. That's what it
a
is.
sandcastle that
Oh
has
my
come to
gosh.
life and just runs around.
Yeah.
So for my next one is probably in recent years has taken pole position as my favorite Pokemon, Ninetales.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Ninetales,
Fire Pokemon. himself?
yeah, Ninetales.
What'd you think of Sword and Shield's Ninetales, where they made him Ice type?
Oh man.
I like, dude, sick.
Galarian.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that thing.
Well, it was
is-
Alola first. It
You're
was
right.
it was
I'm
Sun and
assuming
Moon.
The Alolan,
Oh yeah, that's right.
I
That's
forgot
right.
there's two different
I
versions
yeah.
of Ninetales.
Yeah, there's
You're
fire
right.
and ice. I'm partial to the fire one. The ice one is very cool. Actually, fun fact. And
We're gonna get so roasted on
yeah.
this one. Fun facts.
yeah, very much fun facts. Hashtag fun fact. I ran my Shield playthrough with an Alolan and regular Ninetales.
Really?
As my two dogs.
Interesting.
So whenever you do the double battles, I'd have fire and ice coming out.
Nice.
And it was really cool. Like there's no competitive advantage at all. I was probably at a disadvantage, but it looked cool. Like just running out with
Okay.
these two, like this duality thing.
Since I messed up anyways, did you like the Galarian version, the fairy type?
So that is Alolan it's ice and fairy. So
Well, there's actually another one.
a third one.
Mm-hmm.
What's the third one?
Oh, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's
Rapidash.
it's Rapidash.
Rapidash,
Oh
yeah,
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 yeah.
yeah.
the
Okay,
fair- yeah,
that's the fairy
Rapidash
type.
Fair. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Which is
Yeah,
actually
okay.
very cool.
Yeah.
So
Okay.
Ninetales, I liked it all the time in the games. As I've gotten older, it looks really cool. And again, Pokedex entry is very smart and very vengeful. Like if you grab its tail, it's a 1,000-year curse.
Right.
And
Ooh.
in the anime, very cool episode. Ash and Brock and those and Misty are they're traveling. There's an old hotel, and Ninetales actually it has psychic power. I'm not sure why it's not fire psychic. It should be. It's back before the slash typings, but it impersonated Zora style a person
Oh yeah.
and brought them back to the hotel because it was lonely and thought that Brock looked like its dead trainer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's right.
Very cool.
That
and
is
so,
pretty sick, actually.
And then also, I want to say Blaine had a Ninetales that wrecked in the
Yes.
anime.
Which let me get involved in the fun fact.
Fire
real quick.
blast.
Go for it.
Fun facts.
Go for
Fun
it.
fact. Fun fact,
Yeah,
man.
Ninetales, obviously, it's Fox Ninetales, right?
Right.
But it's based on actual like Japanese lore, which has been like if you know anything about that, it's kind of a cool story.
Also,
for
very
sure.
very important character in Sandy's favorite anime,
What's that? Ninetales?
Naruto. Yeah.
Oh gosh, dude, that's why we got to bring this down. This is a Pokemon, dude. Let's
man.
we're bringing
but
this
yeah,
down.
The
Freaking
morale
Naruto.
is gone.
Gosh, man.
But yeah, so very cool. I'm a huge fan of Ninetales. It's really grown over the years. I'm not sure why that is, but yeah, huge fan.
Nice.
So I'm actually going to put my favorite Pokemon last. I'm gonna go with my legendary. So this one has one of the best shiny forms that I've ever seen in a legendary Pokemon. We're gonna go with Rayquaza. Rayquaza himself.
You did just mention that.
Such
Yeah,
a cool
yeah.
Pokemon, man. To the black shiny form of it,
It's the best shiny. It's probably, for my money, that Haxorus or Umbreon are the best shinies in the game.
I 100% agree. It's literally one of the coolest shinies. In
Arcanine's the worst.
Pokemon,
They
yes.
missed out so bad on that.
They
Just
did.
invert the colors. I'm sorry, I'm still mad about it. Just invert the colors. It's so easy.
It would have worked out too if they would have done that.
Black and then red.
Charizard's is actually really good too.
Yeah, but now the Mega form, like his YX form.
Mega X, yeah.
Yeah, his Mega X form is basically shiny.
Yeah, I agree. But yeah, Rayquaza has a very high stat total. Of course, he's the one that keeps peace of the land and the sea. He's the one keeping all of them in balance. It's so amazing that, they brought a Pokemon like that. It's a dragon type with no wings. It's literally a snake. It's a
Yeah.
dragon. It's an actual
Sky Snake.
dragon.
Sky Snake. Sky
Sky
Snake.
Snake.
For sure. Sky Snake. You're right. Any fun facts with this one?
No, Sky Snake. He's
That's
very
it.
fast.
Sky Snake. Yeah.
He's very
hashtag
fast.
Sky Snake.
Yeah, that's
He
all I have to
he fought Deoxys
That's
That's
true.
true.
and beat
Yeah.
him.
He did. That's literally all I have to say. He's
cool.
probably
He's
one of the legendaries I run in majority of my games.
is he legendary or mythical?
He's legendary.
So and
100%.
if that's the case, then to me he's probably the best legendary.
You think so?
Either him or Go ahead. My honorable mention is going to come up in the next
Oh,
one. Which
yeah,
is,
we're gonna
yeah,
drop
yeah.
an honorable mention.
I mean,
Okay.
I got to because we
can do
booted
that.
him
Yeah.
with the one legendary rule.
I have an honorable mention then if we can do that. Okay, but
Okay.
anyway, all right. So
I always gotta
the
honorable
last,
mention it.
the last member of my team. All right,
Go for it.
he's been talked about tonight already, and well, let me go ahead and phrase this. I'm actually like anti-legendary and anti-mythical.
Really?
Yeah, I try not to because I'm so committed to my like
well,
catching.
yeah, I never run it.
and-
I never
and-
run them in my
yeah,
teams.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm the way I made my 6 is like who I use, who my go-tos, who are my people that like I can trust and rely on, that kind of thing, right?
Right.
So I didn't.
We did not
use-
make the list. Jade. We were not in the 6.
But like I said, I already mentioned the name. But Toxtricity, man, I absolutely
okay.
I
Wow.
love this Pokemon, man.
Loving Galar
Yeah,
in here. Some Galar love.
Yeah, I really do, man. I didn't think the Pokemon so newly introduced, I would fall so deeply in love with him. But this guy is fantastic, man. Like some of the electricity moves that he has, like Discharge and Spark, like they're just like they're really good moves for that type of Pokemon. And then he has Poison Punch that he can learn as
Oh,
well.
man.
Poison Punch is so freaking epic because
It is.
not only does it have a high attack, but it also leaves you with status burn with the status poison, which is fantastic.
Yeah.
Honestly, Toxtricity is one of the coolest Pokemon. And like I said before, he got introduced by Team Yell in one of the battles that you had with them. And their leader was a gym leader, and she had one. Like, it was such a good battle.
By the way, Team Yell's gym leader, he was the best gym leader in the whole game. Not only does he rock with you the entire in post game, he helps you out.
Sure.
That's right.
But also, he's the only one that's a real G, and he's like, I'm not Dynamaxing. We don't have Dynamax. We are having regular Pokemon battles
Yep,
here.
yep.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah,
Also, the low amp Toxtricity is 1,000%. He partakes in marijuana for sure.
Yes, he does. I am
He's
more
a very
partial to
chill
the amp
individual.
one instead of the low key. But yeah, I just love him. Visually stunning as well. Like
Agreed.
the
For
the
sure.
electric
The purple,
mohawk,
yeah.
and it's
Yeah,
so
yeah.
freaking awesome.
It reminds you of like a 90s rock band.
Yeah, he really does,
Oh,
for sure.
Yeah. And every time that you like throw him out there, he does the air guitar.
Yeah.
It's so
Oh,
sick,
man.
dude. I love it, man.
His
I love
color,
it.
his color scheme and everything
Oh,
is
yes.
amazing.
So
Yeah, it
good.
is, it is.
So good. So love it. Respect there.
Okay.
All right,
Anyway,
so
that's
yeah.
my 6th member.
So my 6th member, because we went one legendary, I've been struggling. I'm gonna go with purely. Well, he was cool in the anime, and kind of unique in Red, but for sure underrepresented. Cloyster.
Oh, Cloyster. You know,
Whoa.
that's actually not bad.
So
Really?
his defense is like Shuckle status.
Oh, for sure.
His special defense sucks, but his defense is crazy. But he's water ice and he knows poison attacks. So one of my favorite things to do in the games, I like Ninetales, right? So Cloyster and Ninetales pair well together. You throw out Cloyster first, then on Toxic Spikes, which make every subsequent change the opponent makes, they get poisoned.
Yep.
Make sure your Ninetales knows Hex. Hex does double damage from 60 to 120 for any Pokemon that has a status condition,
Right.
being poison. Ninetales has a high special attack, so it just creates a circle of devastation. Doesn't matter if you're a water type, I'm gonna hit you with Hex. If you're a grass type, you're getting Flamethrower, and I'm cooking you with those two Pokemon the whole way down.
You sound like me with Stealth Rocks.
Stealth Rocks is
and
dirty.
Tyranitar. Stealth Rocks.
Yeah.
Switch out with Tyranitar. You can use like something that raises his attack, and then Earthquake.
Yeah. So with Cloyster, two more things. One, he's deceptively fast. He usually always attacks first. He has very high speed, which is really weird.
Really?
Really weird.
Huh.
Second interesting thing, in Pokemon, I want to say Red, might have been later, but no, it was later because it was a double battle. But you run into two trainers as a boyfriend and girlfriend. They each one have one Pokemon. Boyfriend and girlfriend, one Pokemon apiece. One Pokemon is Cloyster, one Pokemon is Onyx.
What game?
I can't recall, but I will leave you with what
I think it's
that imagery is. You have an Onyx for the guy.
isn't it Ruby?
I'll look right now. But you have an Onyx for the
It
guy.
sounds familiar
Yeah,
too.
and
Cloyster for the girl.
I see you're going with that
Yeah,
one.
yep. Onyx and Cloyster.
jeez.
I'm looking up right now. It is young couple Duff and Ada. Jeez.
Really?
It's
That's the
out
name?
Onyx and Cloyster. It looks like I can't see what version it's from.
What do the graphics look like?
It's
Let me see the.
here.
Oh, this is
Is it
It's Ruby.
Is it Ruby?
no. That's Arceus in there, so it's got to be. What's the?
No, it might be.
That's what game is Arceus? Is that That is Ruby. That might be Ruby and Sapphire.
Let's see. I'm looking. It's
I-
heart. It's gold and silver. Heart gold and soul silver.
Really?
Yep. And I remember that. I didn't think anything of the kid just for your head.
Okay.
But it's wild. They threw out a cloister and onyx for the guy and the girl. Game Freak, you are not getting away with this.
Yeah,
on
you
this
are not.
podcast.
You are not getting away.
But
with
anyways, cloister, fast, ice, very good against dragons, high defense for physical, good Pokemon, underrepped. I would not have picked him otherwise, and I'll get to my honorable mention after you guys.
Yeah.
But go ahead.
All right. So this last Pokemon is a Pokemon that I will literally argue down in every single aspect. I've mentioned this Pokemon earlier before.
This is your number one, right?
Oh, this is literally
Okay.
like nothing else can ever compete with this Pokemon for me. Gardevoir. For a lot of
Wow.
you guys that
He
don't
did. He did drop
realize-
it. You dropped
He
the
did.
cookie
I
earlier.
did.
Yeah.
Gardevoir has such a
Wow.
high special attack. I was actually showing one of my friends of mine her stats, and her special attack is literally ridiculous. And when you mega evolve it, her special attack literally skyrockets. And the fact that they made it also a fairy typing can compete with any dragon type in the game. Gardevoir
Dragon
is-
does no damage.
It doesn't.
Yeah.
Gardevoir is such an amazing Pokemon. It's crazy.
I just couldn't get over Ralts because, like, just visually, Ralts does not look that cool to me.
It doesn't, but when it evolves to Curly, it becomes like a ballerina or something.
Yeah.
And it gets so cool.
Curly's little animation kills me. It's just sitting there like tapping his feet like all the time. It kills me.
It does a little spin, and then, you know.
Both Gardevoir and Gallade have very fun Pokedex entries in regards to like the loyalty piece.
Yeah.
Like they will do anything to protect the trainer per Dexter. Very fun, and also it can learn Healing Wish,
Yes.
which is a nasty move in
Man.
competitive battling.
Diantha,
Nasty.
Diantha literally made Gardevoir look like such a cool Pokemon. I literally don't think any other Pokemon they make would ever replace that Pokemon for me.
Okay, nice, man. Well, I probably should be more patient with Ralts and maybe test out, find out the love that you guys have
Oh,
for.
Because you can get
for sure.
Psychic Fairy or Psychic Fighting, and both
That's
are,
true.
Yeah, both are just dirty. All right, so what's your
Dawn says,
honorable
yeah.
mention?
Honorable mention, I will go legendary for honorable mention.
Okay.
Just because I feel like everyone's been talking about legendaries, but for me, this legendary is more based on visuals and kind of typing.
Don't steal mine.
I doubt it, but mine's Zekrom.
Okay.
And
okay.
the dragon electric type.
Yeah,
but
Zekrom's
visually,
really
the
good.
black is stunning. It looks
So
fantastic.
good. It's
yeah.
so good.
But
Cool type too.
There's a theme here with you. You got toxicity. You got
Yeah,
Zekrom.
dude.
Hold on, what are we doing here?
listen, man, it's so anyway. I do love that legendary. He's one where I put into my party, but didn't really like. I mean, because I rarely use legendary.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yeah.
because I'm so committed to my six. Like
Well, and it
taking
just-
one out and putting
the
it in
legendary
the box.
makes it way easy.
Yeah.
Like it does. I don't
Yeah.
care what game you're in. You start rocking legendary in there.
That's true.
It gets easier.
Facts.
But anyway, yeah, Zekrom is fantastic.
For me, it's Groudon.
Okay.
so yeah.
absolutely. I thought I was either going that
So
way, that route.
like very Godzilla-esque. His primal form is ground
Ooh,
fire.
Primal's
It's
so
very
sick.
gross
Yeah.
looking. Very cool. So another fun fact. So I got in Pokemon Go.
I love it. I just love it.
I got in Pokemon Go, and you have to do these raids for these legendary Pokemon, and you have a small chance of catching them. I caught a Groudon randomly. I may or may not have been driving actually when I did this raid. Someone invited me to it. We're not going to talk about that.
Okay.
Don't do that. But I threw the ball, caught it. It's perfect.
Oh,
It's
wow.
got perfect IV. So
Really?
it's a perfect IV legendary.
Holy crap.
Level 100, perfect. So if I transfer it into it's very cool. Also, as I caught that, I'm like, I'm gonna investigate what's this guy about. I understand the type issue, but lore wise, he takes Kyogre out because water is everywhere, but what's under the water? Ground. Thank you. The science
Yeah.
lesson brought to you by Trevor.
Yeah. That's wow.
We stand Groudon.
Wow.
We stand Groudon. Or as my friend calls him, Guggen. Long story.
Guggen.
Long story.
Interesting.
Anyways, go
Yeah.
ahead.
You know, I think this is one that's pretty sentimental to a lot of people. I think he could compete with Groudon aspect. We talked a lot about Pokédex entries, and for a legendary, this is probably he has one of the coolest Pokédex entries. So we're gonna go with Lugia.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Oh, man.
Lugia,
Yeah.
top tier, has one of the best Pokédex entries. It creates whirlpools or earthquakes under the water.
Very cool
It's
Pokemon.
literally one of the coolest Pokemon.
And they gave it some good love when they like did the Apex Lugia. Have you guys?
Really?
Yeah,
I don't think I've ever.
it's I
seen
don't
the
know how
Apex
you
one.
Is that
get
the
it,
one
but
from?
you can catch it. It's a thing. Like I know it came out in Pokemon Go. I forget. I don't know where it came in, but it's neat. I'm trying to see. It is said that it quietly spends its time deep at the bottom of the sea because its powers are too strong.
Yes.
That's pretty. I mean,
So which one matters more, Lugia or Ho-Oh?
I think Lugia. Ho-Oh's
I see what you're going
cooler,
with. I know where you're going with Ho. Like,
I mean, Ho-Oh was first episode of the
yeah,
anime.
let's say
dude.
first episode. Yeah, you're right.
Ho-Oh, I mean, like,
Of the
I
anime.
feel like you
Do
got.
you remember how cool Lugia was in Pokemon
Oh no,
2000?
I went
Oh,
silver.
yeah.
I went
Yeah.
silver first because of Lugia.
Yeah.
Man.
but
Oh, yeah,
I just
yeah.
think Ho-Oh means he matters more. I'm sorry.
You think so?
He was the first episode of the anime. He was the thing that you saw that was like, oh, this is a big world.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's
And then they
true.
put him on the box. And you're like, holy crap, it's the guy.
it's him.
I
yeah.
like Lugia more, but it's
Yeah.
my thought.
I
And you know
was
they had that.
Lugia guy.
They had that special Lugia from the what game was it? The GameCube game.
Yeah, Shadow.
The
frick,
Shadow
what was it called?
Lugia, yeah.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Man.
I played that. It was not bad for the GameCube.
It's
Like,
not.
it
And for
wasn't
you
bad.
TCG lovers out there, you know they have that all art Lugia out right now for Silver Tempest. So that
Yeah, it's super
also-
cool. It's
man.
super cool. My kids, I've not got back into that, thank God, because I can't afford it. But my kids are in it, and they are big fans. So I have a question. I want to see if you guys can answer this.
Okay.
It's not a trivia question. It's a personal question. Out of all of Ash's Pokemon, not named Pikachu, which one are you taking?
Out of all of his Pokemon, you know what? Honestly,
And you can include the most recent, like his Master's Journey team as well.
it's definitely gonna come from Master Journey. I think it has to be his Lucario. His Lucario, man, that thing is tough. And you guys got to remember, like with Lucario, the way for it to get stronger is the stronger bond that you have with it. So it literally, Ash had this strong aura bond with it. And for you all that don't remember, Ash has a strong aura presence from when he had what is it? Greninja. Yeah.
That would be my pick. Not
I-
Pikachu division.
Greninja?
Yeah. 'cause
Okay.
He was nuts. Is that
I
yours?
was also gonna go with Greninja as well. Yeah, he has those hands, man. You just
got
can't
hands.
beat him, man.
That's true.
He's quick too. Like
I
and
don't-
he looks cool too.
I don't know. I think his Lucario can take it.
So,
Hey, trust me, I'm a fan of Lucario. Trust me, he's in my 6 right now, so
That's true.
I'm not
That's
arguing
true.
with you on that one.
That's
Okay.
true.
so that last question. Until no spoilers for the anime, was Ash a good Pokemon trainer before what's most recently happened? Would you consider him? Would you say he was a good trainer?
Yeah.
Or no. Okay. Yeah. Yes.
100%.
I mean, yeah, I would say yes,
Okay.
just based off of. I mean, if we're basing it off of the anime and everything that he's ever done for the 25 years of watching this journey, yeah, absolutely. He's different. He's built different.
He is built different.
He actually cares.
Yeah, exactly. That's
know-
that's what's different. And even in the movie, like Mewtwo, the remastered Pokemon Mewtwo
Yo,
Strikes Back.
he gives the man a right hook.
Well, yeah, but then there's like Mewtwo just jealous that the fact that he is like loving on everybody. He's like, we gotta stop him from crossing these worlds, these Pokemon, and treating them like they are. Like, yeah, it was really cool.
I don't know. I think it was more sentimental in the original, though. You know, him running in between Mew and Mewtwo's
Man, it was intense.
attack. And
I want to
Yeah,
say
yeah.
so. Again, like, and we're older. Like, I cannot stress to you what a big deal that was.
oh, for sure.
Oh my god, I had that on VHS, my guy. Like, it was a ordeal. When he did that, I remember like being on the verge of tears. Like,
even
oh
the
gosh.
clone Pokemon were crying. Like they just stopped.
Yeah.
I
fighting.
know.
That's
I
true.
was crying.
Yeah,
I was like 10 years old. Like, ooh. Like, man, it was intense,
yeah.
Man, yeah, Ash had some very good moments, even with the Charmander and Damien. Man, you know,
dude. Man, Damien.
Oh,
Damien.
yeah.
Honestly, can we go back to the anime draft? That's my guy. I hate Damien. I've never gotten over. I hate that dude.
Oh man,
Oh, it's
he-
Charmander.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
hate that dude.
perfect accent.
Yeah, I hate that dude.
Yeah, you're right. He is kind of a tool,
Scumbag, yes.
for sure.
Very
You know
much
he
so.
wants that Charizard back now.
Oh, of course now he does. Yeah.
Man's been on TV.
Oh man,
Like, he's like, oh god.
you know it sucks
Yeah.
when you care more about Team Rocket than a random guy.
Mm.
You know,
yeah.
But with Team Rocket, sleepy, good trainers.
they
Very
are.
good
Oh,
trainers.
They
Yeah,
very
yeah,
much
yeah.
so are.
Like,
I
I mean,
mean-
like top 10 in the universe. Good trainers.
Like, listen, you rocking a Wobbuffet. This is late in the game. Like, you gotta be,
Hey,
you
hold
gotta
on,
be
though.
a good trainer.
Their
man.
Wobbuffet was amazing though.
Oh, I know. That's the point. Like,
Literally.
but
Like-
nobody rocks with a Wobbuffet.
Outside
You find
of-
me somebody
man.
who's rocking a Wobbuffet and they're 6 going in the Elite Four. You're like,
outside of maybe Ash, Misty, Brock,
Mm-hmm.
and maybe Go, I don't know if there's anybody else that likes their Pokemon more than Team Rocket.
Honestly, I think James is top tier though. You guys
He's elite.
remember he had a freaking Growlithe.
I don't know.
Man.
May's up there.
Really? Yeah,
May's
dude.
up there.
You think so?
Yeah, I think so.
Who?
Yeah, May.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, okay.
Blaziken,
But, like-
yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But, like those jokers really love their Pokemon.
But you got to remember, their Pokemon love them too, man.
I know that's
Yeah.
the
James had
sign.
a Cacnea, a Cacturn that literally was just.
They always say if you want to
Wheezing.
know what someone's like, see how they are around how they treat animals.
Yeah, that's
Right.
true.
And
That's
that's
true.
Team Rocket for all the. And also, there's a really fun, again, another fun essay out there that talks about how many times they've actually saved the world. Like Slick, like in the anime, they've actually saved the world more time than they've tried to end it the entire time. They've saved it like 24 times.
You
now.
know, they claim that they want
On
to kill
accident.
Pikachu, but I think they're more invested on seeing Ash's
Yeah.
progress, man.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Well, in the
with that.
anime, they were like row one.
Oh, for
Like,
sure.
They were
Oh,
screaming
yeah.
it. They were
Right.
like, "Let's go!" Like, yeah. I
They
think
were-
at a
they were
certain
in
point,
it.
yeah.
It's
They
been
were
multiple
100%
times.
root for Ash.
It's been
for
multiple
sure.
times where they've done that though. You know,
Yeah. That's really great characters.
and then they
Hey,
tried to bring Butch and Cassidy. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah. Boo, boo.
Wow, way to ruin the mood there.
Oh
Yeah.
man,
Yeah.
sorry.
But rewatching the anime with my kids, right? They're little, they're young. We went through the like episode 1, like
Right.
boom, and we started going through it. Like they love Jesse and James. Like they
Really?
yeah,
Because they're clowns.
Yeah,
man.
oh yeah, they're clowns. They're like absolutely ridiculous and silly. And the best thing that they love is when they get hit or something smashed away, and they're like, "Team Rocket's blasting off again."
I wish they still
And
did
then
that, man.
I know.
Like dude, they crack up every single time.
Did
man.
you guys
Yeah.
did you guys know that whenever they do their poses, it's almost always as an R?
I mean, yeah, absolutely.
of,
yeah.
yeah.
You're right. Yeah.
Like with Jesse's hair, that they'll like all the poses are like some kind of like weird R. It's
Yeah.
very
Oh man,
very funny. Yeah.
That brings back nostalgia to the anime where you remember where
Mm-hmm.
Ash, Misty, Pikachu, and Brock, they recreated the Team Rocket
Yes.
pose thing, and they were like clowning them.
Yes.
Jeez.
By the way, Ash in season 1, 2, savage.
Oh,
burns.
for sure. For
Absolute
sure.
savage. Like Misty, Brock was going crazy for some girl, and Misty's like telling me how beautiful she was, and he's like, Misty, only one of us can be delusional at a time. Like you ain't all that.
Jeez,
Oh yeah,
man.
that
Savage.
was when Ash actually could, roast people and not get censored.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he was roasting, man, like just a beast.
Ash is the immortal god himself, right? That's
He
what
is,
that's
man.
It is
For sure,
So,
man.
Saitama or Ash, who wins in a fist fight right now?
whoa, careful now.
Ash 100%, man.
I think so, man.
He can
my
survive.
gosh.
He
If
holds
can-
Cosmog. Do you know how much Cosmog weighs?
Yeah.
It's like 13,000 pounds or something.
Man,
It's like this.
He holds him. Yeah, you're right. He does. Yeah.
Yeah.
He survives blasts from like every type of Pokemon. He gets hit by Charmander's Charizard's
yeah.
flamethrower like constantly and just takes it.
Yeah.
I will say, like, I remember an early episode, Ash catches Pikachu from a hot air balloon. I was like 8 years old.
Oh, yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
told you about this. I cried because I was like, I'll never be strong enough to catch a 13-pound falling rat. Like, he's just so much stronger than me. Like, he's who I want to be. And then it's only gotten worse from there.
Yeah,
That's what's
facts.
funny.
Yeah.
Like, now he's like swinging steel beams around and stuff, and I'm just, I've got
Yeah.
2 torn ACLs. So Ash is the goat, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Chiggy.
So, anything else you want to add? I mean, we've kind of talked about Pokemon in like everything we've expanded upon, right?
Mhm.
So, any last things you?
I think that's pretty much
Yeah.
it, man.
So as you can see, we absolutely love Pokemon. We're enjoying the game, and yes, is it anime? 100%. Anybody who thinks it's a cartoon, a childish show, or whatever, like kick rocks, right? But we love Pokemon. So we had a great conversation here. We appreciate you guys out there listening and watching. Come back on future episodes. Once again, we're doing the anime one once a month, but you guys want more anime, hit us up. We will increase the
Or drop a suggestion. Drop a show.
yeah.
For sure.
Oh yeah. Show ideas. Feel free to leave it in the comment section.
Yeah.
Like once again,
I will
like
watch
the
it.
video, subscribe the video. Yeah, you'll.
I will eat the content.
Right.
Yes.
Please,
Yeah.
guys, drop your top 6 in the comments,
Ooh,
man.
please.
Yeah, that'd be
that'd be
sick,
interesting
yeah.
to see, and clown on either one of these guys for making the wrong choice. No, I'm just kidding. Me as well.
You
obviously.
hate
Yeah.
Naruto, man.
Oh,
I
man.
do. Remember
You're-
that, people. Remember that. Anyway,
You're A1 clown, always.
follow us on social media. Interact with us at Royal Geek Pod. You guys want to drop your handles? You want to interact with you guys?
Yeah, man. JJ_Weems on Instagram, man.
Yeah, and at Trevor McGee 2 on Instagram.
There you go.
Drop a follow.
So, yes. So anyway, we appreciate you guys, and thank you for sticking around with us. To a bunch of grown men talking about Pokemon. It's fantastic. Love it. Little a good time. All right. So, for all that, from JD,
Do it. I'm ready for it.
Trevor,
Let's go.
and myself, We will see you next time, you peasants.